Hello. I was wondering if I could speak with somebody from Vice. Yeah. Well, it's a follow up on a report that I made in November of 2024. Well, I have a copy of it if you want to see. Okay. Okay. Well, I spoke with somebody on the phone last week on Friday, and he told me that you do walking. Sergeant. So I took a chance and came into. It's really like yeah, it's really like involved. I wouldn't know where to begin. So I like, but so it's involved with some people that I know of that are like really bad people. I don't know where to begin. No, nobody robbed me. Oh, okay. Well, I'll be happy to tell you, but it's quite a story. It's an ongoing story. We bonding out right now too.
Oh, so it's a vice tip?
Yeah. Yeah, it's complicated, but not too complicated. I mean, that's the thing is I really could get.
Threatening you with
Okay, well the thing is, yeah, here's the thing is that, yeah, well I definitely have nothing to do with with that. Okay, I don't even know if they seriously made one. This is an ongoing issue that my ex-wife, who I haven't seen in 20 years. Okay, I was living near Culver City, and she got involved with some people that are very evil people. They're like these girls are witches. They claim to be witches, and they actually are pretty damn good at at what they do. It turns out, okay, and they wanted to get me involved. They thought because of our lifestyle, because my wife, she was doing in-call massage and with her and her friends, and they thought that with our lifestyle that I'd want to get involved and whatever. I'm like, no way. So I split up. My wife and I got divorced, and they because I knew what they were doing, which I could start getting into the stuff that I do know about. That I do know that they do, and it's pretty heavy. Like the men that come in to see them in massage, they blackmail the men, and sometimes they're even police officers, and it's like it's pretty bad. They told me, and so well they know that I know what they do, and then that's when they started to threaten me, right? And I'm like, I'm not. I told them, I just kept going into the police. Well, the place that I was living at, okay, which was where they were doing the income. She told me she wanted me to be security there. I'll try to make this quick. I know that's what I'm trying to do is rush through the story because it's a long time and it's a long time going on. So I'll make this as quick as possible. So okay, great, thank you very much. So I'm living in this place where she said and the girls said they needed a guy there for security, but I'm thinking me, why would they want me there? I mean I'm security, right? So well. I was suspicious of why they wanted me there, but I had they paid for a home recording studio for me to do music in, and I was like, yeah, okay, this is good because I wanted to make a demo, right? So I'm working on my music, and I start because I had good headphones and a microphone. The apartment above me, I'm hearing like what sounds like torturing and children crying. I mean, it was really scary, and I could hear it with my headphones and microphone. And so I called 9. I saw a girl getting dragged up by her hair up the stairs. Scream. Once I heard her scream for help, I knew I better call 911. This was is at an address is 11101 Palms Boulevard, which is right on the corner of Palms Boulevard and Sepulveda. Yeah, well, it's really not too far. It's not your jurisdiction. It's the Pacific Station, the Pacific Division.
Well, then you'd have to go to Pacific.
I did. I've been there plenty of times. Now they told me I'd be better off coming here only because we could talk to detectives here because
They should have their own
they
detectives.
I
do have their own vice.
and they do, and I even spoke with somebody there, and I went there recently. Now it's been 20 years ongoing, but I could show you a card of I got just from a recent visit there because I asked an officer there, told him I'm going to this apartment, okay, because I called 911 there plenty of time. Used to call there when I was living there. I was calling there like too many times. They even 5150 me, but you know what they never did? They never proved me wrong. They never searched the apartment. They said they didn't have probable cause. I'm like, I'm giving you what I'm giving. I even recorded.
I'm sure they would have if legally they could. Unfortunately, that's not how it works.
I even recorded some of the stuff I heard, right? Because it was a recording studio. Well, from an officer, I got, how do I know you didn't make that yourself? I know. So I spoke to somebody in the FBI. Now, an FBI agent told me that he has to listen to it and has to be open minded. If you say it's evidence, it's evidence. So I said, so I called without calling 911. I just called police and asked them if they would come by, and they did. Well, I wanted to speak not inside of the apartment, so I went and I asked them to meet me at the Trader Joe's in the parking lot right next door because I just didn't want them to be listening from upstairs. Not that I was being paranoid. I just they knew at this point that I had been calling, right? So, but I didn't know that I would have anything to do with them. This is where it gets really really heavy because I was set up there from the get go, and I didn't know that. Okay, that's where this gets really really like heavy. Okay, so anyway, 2 officers showed up, and I'm sitting with the phone. I told the officer that I wanted him to listen to this recording, and he said he didn't want to, and the FBI agent told me to call him and he'll tell them to listen, right? To call him if they won't. So I took my phone and I started to dial the FBI. And the officer stood like this and he unclipped his holster. And I just stopped. I didn't know why. It was just so threatening. Like, why would he unclip his holster when all I'm doing is dialing out, right? So I pretty much gave up. I'm like, okay, I won't get involved. My family asked me not to get involved. They told me that it's dangerous. You shouldn't get involved. I'm like, but I heard a scream for help and I really want that resolved. I want to know if that
Better yet, you can
that
call and request a welfare check.
welfare check.
Mhm.
What is that?
So it gives officers, uniform guys, a little bit more leeway to investigate what's going on.
Okay.
It's not a guarantee that they'll go inside.
Okay.
It's not an end all be all.
Understandable.
But if you hear screaming and stuff like that,
Yeah. Well, it's been a long time. It's okay.
Well, next time you do,
but
call.
Okay. Well,
Request that welfare check and
yeah.
get an officer out
Yeah.
there.
If you don't mind, I'll just wrap this up real quick. Okay. Okay. So where was I? So then so I move out. Okay, I move out of the place. I had to move. It was just getting, my ex-wife. We're finished, and she's like, she's furious, right? So I move out, and to make a long story short, after all these years, I just recently, now, I had done some time because I took the law into my own hands 10 years ago, and crazy move. I was so desperate to get in there that I did something crazy. I took the law into my own hands, right? And ended up in Patton State Mental Hospital for 6 years. Okay. I got not guilty by reason of insanity because they could. An angel of a DA knew that I was doing something for the good, right? So I just found out recently that I was informed by a girl while having lunch at Whole Foods that she wanted to get out of the whole thing, but she tells me, and she didn't give me her name, that while I was living down there, while I was living in that place, that I was a victim of hidden camera, which is not the greatest thing because they were also supplying me other. Okay, so it's pretty humiliating, pretty embarrassing, and that I would be threatened with that. But what they were doing is what they did do. She told me this and this is where you'll see information on my record label. And you might want to write this down because this is what the police report is
I'm
trying.
writing down Pacific Station's address.
Okay. Oh, I know it. 121. It's on 12123 Culver Boulevard or something close to that, right? Yeah, I've been.
You forgot it, that's also their number.
But I'm almost. If you just give me 30 seconds more, okay? Okay, because this is why I made this report recently, and this is what this is all about when it comes to that child porn thing. Okay, is that she said that that from the get-go, they put me on hidden camera as a way of blackmailing me, just in case, because they're trying to my wife put the name Googly Guru is a record label I had, Googly Guru Records, something I had way back in 1997. I haven't paid any attention to it since. Okay, well she put that's what they've been distributing. This girl told me these child porns in. Okay, under that name. And my wife, who's been divorced for 20 years, she's claiming we're still married, and she's been collecting money, but in my record label name. And she's like, they swear that you're going to commit suicide and you're going to get in trouble. All this crazy shit, right? They're telling me that they swear that they're going to get away with it, and that I'm going to be, bust framed basically. So this is so I went ahead and I reported this. So I'm thinking if anything comes up in the name Googly Guru Records, that's under some kind of child porn, right? I live right here on 7th Street. Okay.
Oh. I was gonna say payday's next week, sir. Give me 1 second.
Thanks. Okay. Okay. So if you could take my information form, and if you don't mind writing down this record label name, this is what I'm. It's not active. It's not really. I haven't sold anything on it. It's something I had because I was recording music back in the day, and I put a few out there in the record store. Okay. So anyway, my name is Robert Lefferts, which is Robert, and then Lefferts. And then the record label is spelled Googly. This is before Google, by the way. Guru, Guru Records. So it's Googly Guru. Okay, yeah, something I came up with. Now, if something comes through here, if you get a porn and it's got that label on it, that's me. Now I'm not going anywhere. I live right here on 7th. Okay, I live at the Madison. Okay, and so I live on 7th. I've been there for 2 years, and I'm in apartment 245, and it's on my ID. That is the address on my ID, and I'm not going anywhere. Okay, I'll always be. I won't even go to visit my parents or anything. Okay, so you can always get in touch with me. So please, if something comes through, maybe you can spread the word. Like don't I'll be here to talk and help and cooperate in every way, and let you know who the real perps are. Okay, because there's a group of them and they're seriously bad people. They're kidnapping.
Once Vice gets a hold of the tip and they want to follow up on it.
I know they kidnap and they torture. I know they really do the worst. They do satanic ritual abuse. Okay, so they're really into the worst of the worst. Yeah, it's seriously. I really am looking forward to getting them for my own personal closure and for justice. This needs to really get wrapped up because what I'm telling you is very real information. Do you mind if if I just get your name, or is it not necessary?
I mean, it's not necessary because you
Okay,
have to go to
it's all
Pacific.
good. Yeah, I
Obviously,
usually.
I just saw one of Vice guys. I'll let him know.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
you know,
Thank you.
they're
You want to
usually
take my number too?
Yeah, what's your number?
954
Mhm.
669 7706, and also 213 247
Mhm.
0677.
Alrighty.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay, and hopefully, yeah, I'll keep leaving messages with Vice. I'm still going to be trying to
Yeah,
get
I mean,
together with someone.
if it's a Pacific thing, they take their time on the investigation.
Okay, okay, great. Thank you very much.